Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Tonight, the Royals play hosts to the Woodstock River Bandits. Last regular season game here at Bridgeforth Field, and the Royals, lo and behold, are talking about a playoff spot. The Royals, with their victory last night and a Newmarket loss, have moved into a tie for third place with Newmarket. And the Royals, as I understand it, and again, they change on a regular basis, but as I understand the tie-breaking rules, the Royals hold the tiebreaker over the Newmarket Rebels. So for the first time in quite some time, the Royals have they control their own destiny. A couple of wins, a win tonight, a win Tuesday, and the Royals will advance to the playoffs starting sometime next week. We have some makeup games from the Southern Division that we got to take care of, and another game for Percival that I don't know what they've done with yet. It may be scheduled for the 24th, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Again, the Royals and Rebels tied for the third and final playoff spot. Neither one of those teams can go any higher than third. Strasburg and Percival, they have clinched playoff spots. They are both in, and they will be the 1 and 2 seeds. It's just a matter of which one is which. Right now, Percival holds a game-and-a-half lead over Strasburg, but Percival, again, has 3 makeup games to play, plus a game in Strasburg tonight and the game against the Royals on Tuesday night in Percival. But again, Strasburg, Percival, they're in, and they will be the 1 and 2 seeds. Newmarket or Winchester, they will be the number 3 seed. This Woodstock River Bandits team, they have an outside shot at tying for the third spot. Woodstock 15 and 21, they're 4 games behind Winchester and Newmarket. What the River Bandits would need to do is win their last 4 games and then have Newmarket and Winchester both go 0-2. The likelihood of that happening with Newmarket playing Front Royal twice is not very good, but that would bring a 3-way tie between Newmarket, Winchester, and Woodstock, and good luck figuring out what the tiebreaker is in that situation. Here are your standings going into tonight's game for the North. Percival 22 and 13 is in first. Strasburg 22 and 16. They're a game and a half back. Both those teams are in. Winchester and Newmarket tied for third, 19 and 19, 4.5 games behind. Woodstock 15 and 21. They're 7.5 games out of first, 3 games out of the third and final playoff spot. And Front Royal riding their 10-game losing streak. They're 14 and 23. They are 9 games back. Remember when we were talking about who had to beat who in order for the Rebels, Bandits, and Royals to catch Front Royal? Well, the Bandits have gone on a 10-game losing streak and have gone from third place to an afterthought. Scores from last night, in case you missed them, the Royals knock off Strasburg 10-3. It was Woodstock over Front Royal 15-5 in 7 innings, and Percival over Newmarket 11-9. Down south, Covington and Waynesboro, they had a doubleheader rained out, and I'm not sure what they're going to do there. It was Stanton knocking off Harrisonburg 15-9, and Culpeper in a football game knocked off Charlottesville 15-11. Harrisonburg, they have lost 6 of their last 7 as they're trying to lock up a playoff spot. They sit at a magic number of 2. They are 6.5 games behind Charlottesville for second place in the South. Charlottesville 26-11. They have locked up the number 1 seed and a playoff spot in the Southern Division. Harrisonburg, again, they have a magic number of 2, but they've been on a little bit of a losing streak as they try to lock up a spot. Culpeper 18-19. They're 8 games out of first, but now hold down the third and final playoff spot in the South. Covington 15-19. They're 10 games back, but 2 games behind Culpeper rather, for the third spot. Stanton and Waynesboro, they're still in the conversation. Stanton 16-22. They're 10.5 out of first, but only 2.5 out of that third and final playoff spot. Waynesboro, they got some work to do. They're 14-22, 12 games out, and 4 games behind Culpeper for the last playoff spot. Again, the Royals and River Bandits doing battle here. The last time these two teams will face each other this season, and the last time, obviously, they will play here, this being the Royals' final home game of the 2024 season. And you know, Mike Bocock brings his boys to town and would love nothing more than to knock the Royals out of a playoff spot. Woodstock 15 and 21, fifth place. They're 3 games behind Newmarket and Winchester. They'll line up like this. Leading off, Drew Linebach, the right fielder from the University of North Florida. Luke Keister bats second. He's the second baseman from Shenandoah University. Joey Pagano, the left fielder from Hartford Community College, bats third. Ryan Wilson, the first baseman from Middle Georgia College, will hit cleanup. Preston Joy, shortstop from Mercer, bats fifth. JT Androsky, the center fielder from DeSales University, bats sixth. Trevor Hansen, the third baseman from Manhattan College, will bat seventh. Brady Whitaker, the catcher from Radford, will bat eighth. And Logan Duffy, the designated hitter from the University of Pittsburgh, will bat ninth. Caden Falcone, the right-hander from the University of Pittsburgh, will be on the mound for the Bandits. Falcone comes into the record of 1-1, making his 10th appearance, 7th start for the Bandits, has an earned run average of 3.28. The Royals 19-19 for the first time in quite some time. They're talking playoffs, tied with Newmarket for that third and final playoff spot. A couple of wins and the Royals are in. They'll line up like this. Coney Dershalag, the center fielder from High Point, will lead it off. Joey Bazidla, the second baseman from Eckerd College, will bat second. Jalen Hernandez, first baseman from Winthrop, hitting third. Cleanup hitter Austin Lafferty from the University of Akron, the left fielder. Batting fifth, the newest Royal, Gavin Horning, the right fielder from Shenandoah. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Connor Christensen from Wabash Valley College, hitting sixth. Designated hitter Peyton Ebbing from Kent State hits seventh. Christian Amaro, the catcher from North Carolina A&T, will bat eighth. Morgan Miller, the third baseman from Norfolk State, will hit ninth. Nick Matfield from Lynchburg College on the mound for the Royals, making his second start, second appearance. He is 1-0 with a 0.0 earned run average. The right-hander from Lynchburg got his only start against Front Royal a couple of nights ago, a game that the Royals won 14-1 in 7 innings. Matfield went 4 innings to pick up the win. Royals have won 11 of the last 14. They're 11-4 in July after a subpar 8-15 month of June. The Royals have been on a tear, and if the Royals can do something they haven't done all year long, win 4 in a row, they will be in the playoffs. They have won the last 2 over Strasburg, a win against Woodstock tonight, and a win against Purcellville on the road on Tuesday. Will clinch a spot for the Royals, but again, Mike Bocock and his set of Bandits might have something to say about that. We'll step aside momentarily as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem as we get ready to go. Northern Division battle between Winchester and Woodstock, the River Bandits and the Royals, coming your way momentarily. Royals and River Bandits from Bridgeforth Field here in Winchester, Virginia, closing out the 2024 regular season here for the Royals. The Royals hoping to get another home game, but work to do. First of all, they'll have to win a couple of games to close out the regular season, or count on Front Royal to beat Newmarket at least once. And then after that, they'll be on the road for the first round at the number 2 seed, either Percival or Strasburg. They'll have to win that game in order to get another home game. So Royals, even though they have worked their way into a playoff spot, still work to do. And if they hope to play another game here at Bridgeforth. Nick Matfield on the mound for the Royals. Again, his second start of the season. His second appearance, he's worked 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He's 1-0 with a 0.00 earned run average. Defensively for the Royals, behind Matfield out in the outfield, left to right, Austin Lafferty, Connie Derschlag, Gavin Horning. Around the infield, third to first, Morgan Miller, Connor Christensen, Joey Bazidla, Jalen Hernandez. Behind the plate, Christian Amaro, and again, Nick Matfield getting the start for the Royals in this all-important regular season finale here at Bridgeforth as the Royals hope to continue play. Other games on tap for this evening and this afternoon. Percival and Strasburg, the battle for first place. They get going at 6 o'clock in Strasburg. Newmarket is at Front Royal. Royals fans become huge Cardinals fans here this afternoon as they root for the Royals here and then go home and root for the Front Royal Cardinals. Southern Division games, Charlottesville's at Covington, Stanton at Culpeper, Waynesboro is at Harrisonburg. Matfield finishing up his warm-up tosses, and we are just about ready to go for the last hurrah for the Royals here at Bridgeforth. And again, as usual, a good contingent of River Bandits fans have made the trip up 81 and are joining us here this afternoon. And as the game goes on, we expect more people to join us as it is free admission afternoon here at the ballpark. So if you're anywhere within the sound of my voice, come on over. It's free to get in. Great baseball. Drew Lineback will lead it off, the right fielder from the University of North Florida. Lineback, a .214 hitter, playing in his 8th game for the Bandits, 6 for 28. No home runs, 1 RBI. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Matfield sets the 0-1. Grounded toward first. Hernandez will bobble it a couple times, but plenty of time to run over and tag the bag, and that's how the ball game will start. A 3 unassisted for out number 1 here in the first. Hopefully not here for the last time with you this season. Like to make your acquaintance one more time. Luke Keister, the second baseman from Shenandoah, steps in. Keister, a .309 hitter, playing his 33rd game. 34 for 110, no home runs, 13 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. I guess it was fouled off as the young man filling the bat boy duties this afternoon has to go retrieve it. Matfield and teammate Colin McGuire, both from Lynchburg, slider in there for a strike, 0-2. And I have not seen it, but I understand they both have a nice national championship ring from their Lynchburg days last season when the Lynchburg Ball Club made it all the way through. Popped up down the first base side. Hernandez will range over and he'll make the catch in front of the Woodstock dugout. So quickly 2 outs here in the Woodstock first. And that'll bring up Joey Pagano. Pagano from Hartford Community College, the left fielder. Pagano, a .325 hitter, his 14th game, 13 for 40, no home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Matfield working exclusively from the stretch, the 1-0. Tap toward the first baseman. Hernandez will field again, and Hernandez will make all three putouts here in the first. As he'll run over and tag the bag. 3 unassisted, 1-2-3 inning for the River Bandits. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Woodstock 0. Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Royals and River Bandits. On the mound for the Woodstock River Bandits, Caden Falcone from the University of Pittsburgh, the right-hander. He comes in with a record of 1-1. He's appearing in his 10th game, the 7th start for Mr. Falcone. He's worked 24 and 2/3 innings, allowed 21 hits, 13 runs, 9 are earned. He's he's walked 14, struck out 26, 1-1 with a earned run average of 3.28. Connie Durslag will lead it off for the Royals. Durslag has been hot of late. Durslag, the center fielder from High Point University. Durslag hitting .396 for the Royals. He's playing in his 13th game, 21 for 53, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. Homer the other night at Strasburg in the 20-8 thumping of the Express. First pitch to Durslag. Upstairs for a ball, and that's going to skip off of Whitaker's glove and go all the way to the backstop. 1-0. Royals would absolutely love to get on top early and see if they can't ride this thing out and maybe even move into a sole possession of third place. The 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2, 2-0. Again, these Bandits fell behind early last night. The front Royal 4-0, and then took the Cardinals out to the woodshed and gave them a beating as they whooped the Cardinals 15-5 in 7 innings. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 to Durslag. That's going to be way outside. 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Durslag trying to get the Royals going here in the first. The set from Falcone, the 3-1. Downstairs, ball 4, and Durslag will draw the walk. Joey Bazidlo will step in. Bazidlo playing in just his 3rd game for the Royals, but he has been a asset so far, hitting .400 2 for 5, no RBIs. I'm sorry, no home runs, 1 RBI, but was on base and scored 3 times last night in the number 9 hole for the Royals. First pitch upstairs for a ball, and that's going to get away, and Derschlag's going to take off for second. So Falcone, some control problems here early, and that may very well be a pass ball. Pass ball scored off the glove of Brady Whitaker. Probably not in the location that he was expecting it to be, but it'll still go against him, and the Royals have a runner in scoring position here with nobody out. The 1-0 check swing. Did he go too far? The home plate umpire is not even going to ask for help. He's going to say, yes, he did. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Check of the runner at second, the 1-1. Popped it up. Should be easy for Wilson down at first base. He will range over into foul territory and right on the line make the catch. And Bazidlo out number 1 here in the Royals' first. Bring up Jalen Hernandez just before the game. Hernandez named the 2024 MVP for the Royals. First baseman from Winthrop University. Pick a category, and Hernandez probably leading the Royals. A 302 hitter, his 35th game. 42 for 139. 5 home runs, 34 RBIs. The at-bats hits, 10 doubles, 5 home runs, and 34 RBIs all lead the ball club, and a chance to pick up RBI number 35 here. Lifted toward left field, going back on it is Pagano. Pagano to the track, and just at the fence makes the catch. He bobbles it a little bit, but does haul it in. And the River Bandits are going to say that Derschlag left early, and the umpire is going to say, no, he didn't. Just because you juggle it out in the outfield doesn't mean he left early. So Hernandez hits one to the fence and left for an out. Didn't miss getting it out of here by much. Derschlag will tag up, and he'll move to third, and now Austin Lafferty, who lost the RBI lead yesterday, comes to hit. Lafferty, a 310 hitter, his 30th game, 31 for 100. 2 home runs, 31 RBIs. Was leading the team in RBIs until Hernandez came up with 4 last night. Now a chance to get a little bit closer here with the base hit. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. So those that are questioning the call at second base, as soon as the outfielder touches the ball, the runner can tag up and move up regardless of whether he juggles it or not. The 0-1 tapped right in front of the plate. Whitaker's going to call everybody off, make the throw to first, and they're going to say he tagged the bag. It looked like Wilson was off the bag, but they're going to say that he got it as right before Lafferty got there. So Lafferty will tap out to the catcher, and the Royals threaten here in the first, but can't get a run across. No runs, no hits, no errors. They'll leave a runner at third. Your score after 1, Winchester 0, Woodstock 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second, no score, Royals and River Bandits. Matfield back to the mound for Winchester, retired the River Bandits in order in the first. 4, 5, 6 to hit for Woodstock here in the second. Ryan Wilson, Preston Joy, and JT Andersky. Wilson, the first baseman from Middle Georgia College, hitting in the cleanup spot for Mike Bocock's crew here this afternoon. Wilson, a 288 hitter, his 34th game, 38 for 125, 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. His 4 home runs lead the Bandits. Woodstock, 16 home runs in 36 games as a team. And Ryan Wilson has 4 of them. First pitch to Wilson in there for a strike, 0-1, and Ryan didn't appear to be too thrilled about that call. Wilson, I believe, has homered here against the Royals earlier this season, but don't hold me to that. Seen a lot of baseball so far. Grounded toward third, backhanded by Miller. The long throw to first is going to be not in time, as Hernandez had to come off the bag to make the tag, and they said that Wilson was able to avoid the tag going by, so it'll go as an infield base hit. It was a nice play by Miller, but the throw off the bag, and Hernandez had to come up the line, make the catch, and try to put the tag on Wilson going by, and just didn't get him. I bring up Preston Joy, the shortstop from Mercer University. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Joy, a 295 hitter, playing in his 37th game, 38 for 129, no home runs, 16 RBIs. Throw to first back in time is Wilson. Wilson 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts for the River Bandits. Woodstock just 35 stolen bases as a team on the season. That pitch down and away. Count evens up 1-1. Matfield comes set. He'll check the runner at first. The 1-1 to Joy. That's lined into right field for a base hit, and the River Bandits have something going here in the second. Back-to-back singles for Woodstock. That'll bring up the center fielder. Andorowski, JT Andorowski, plays his baseball at DeSales. A 333 hitter, just his 5th game for the Bandits. 6 for 18, no home runs, 3 RBIs. As he tries to put Woodstock up early here in this one. First pitch, he's squaring to bunt. He bunts through a pitch outside. And the first thing they tell you about sacrifice bunt is bunt strikes, and he offered the pitch way outside, 0-1 the count. So the River Bandits playing for a couple runs early here. The 0-1, now they take the bunt off, and he swings through an off-speed breaking ball, 0-2. So Matfield ahead in the count, 0-2. Big out here if he can get the River Bandits center fielder without advancing the base runners. The 0-2. Grounded towards short. Rick Richardson up to one. On to first is not going to be in time and not hit near hard enough to turn it over. Joy will be out 6-4. Wilson will move to third. And the River Bandits will have him on the corners now with one out for Trevor Hansen. Hansen, the third baseman from Manhattan College, playing in his 14th game, a 244 hitter, 10 for 41, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The River Bandits trying to play to run here. Royals got a runner to third with 2 outs, couldn't get him in. The River Bandits have one there now with just 1 out. Royals looking for a double play to get out of it. Throw to first back in time. Hansen hitting in the 7 hole for Woodstock. Trying to give the River Bandits an early lead here. Matfield comes set, the 1-0. Off of the pitch is a runner from first. The throw down to second is not going to be in time. It's going to be blocked up by the Royals second baseman. As that could have been a disaster if that skipped into center field. So give Androsky a stolen base, and he's at second now, and second and third with just 1 out. The pitch was a strike, and it's 1-1 the count now to Hansen. Shallow fly ball to left field. Lafferty should have plenty of room to make the catch. Tag is coming. The throw is coming to the plate, and it's not going to be up the line a little bit. And a good throw from Lafferty, and the runner would have been out at the plate, but Lafferty's throw got away from him a little bit and came up the third base line, and the Royals are going to find themselves down a run here as Hansen hits a shallow fly ball to left field, but it's deep enough to get Wilson in from third. So now a runner third with 2 outs. And a good throw from Lafferty, and Wilson would have been done at the plate, but he's able to score. And now it's going to be 2-0 as Whitaker is going to line a single in right field on the first pitch he sees. So Woodstock jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the second inning. Give Whitaker an RBI. That'll bring up Logan Duffy, the designated hitter from the University of Pittsburgh. Duffy, a .235 hitter, his 29th game, 18 for 81, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Throw to first and back in time is Whitaker. So the River Bandits have struck first here with a couple of runs. They lead it 2-0 with 2 outs. And now that's going to be a balk as he stumbled and fell toward the plate. So Whitaker will be awarded second base. And things not off to the start that Nick Matfield was hoping for here this afternoon. Is a 1-2-3 first inning. He's given up 3 hits and 2 runs here in the second. And now Duffy a chance to make it 3-0. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. This all started with the infield base hit that the Royals just did miss turning into an out. Matfield's 1-0. That's downstairs for a ball, 2-0. So you knew the River Bandits weren't going to go quietly. They weren't going to come up here and tuck their tail and let the Royals run all over them. Now we got a time, and they're going to call another balk on Matfield. So Matfield has balked twice here in the inning, moving Whitaker to third. So rarely do you see 2 balks in a game, let alone 2 balks in 1 inning on the same guy. And now the Bandits just 90 feet away from a 3-0 lead. And naturally, it's going to bring questions from the Royals dugout as to what it was that he called. The first balk was very obvious. He started his motion, he tripped or slipped or something on the mound and fell toward the plate without delivering the ball. So that was a given balk. The second balk is the one that's being questioned. The third base umpire having the discussion. Now the home plate umpire is going to go down the line and break up the powwow and say, all right, let's go back to work. 2-0 the count on Logan Duffy as he tries to give the Bandits a 3-0 lead here in the second inning. The 2-0, nowhere near. That's 3-0. So after a couple balks, Matfield has gone 3-0 now on Duffy. And that one's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. The set, the 3-1. Ball 4, he missed downstairs. And the River Band is not done yet here in the second. Takes us back to the top of the order. Drew Lineback, the right fielder. He grounded to first his first time. He's 0 for 1. Runners on the corners. 2-0. Swung on and missed. Good off-speed breaking ball there from the Royals right-hander. Matfield trying to limit the damage and get out of this inning with just a 2-run deficit. The 0-1. He squares the bunt. It's going to go through and all the way to the backstop. So River Bandits are going to get another gift here. A wild pitch will score run number 3. Linebacker squared the bunt, pulled it back, and then Amaro couldn't handle the pitch, and it went between his legs all the way to the backstop. And now another runner in scoring position for Linebacker. The 1-1. That'll miss outside, 2-1. So what you hoped was a hyped baseball team coming out with a chance to make the playoffs and move on is come out flat and finds themselves down 3-0 in a game that they really need to win. The 2-1, and that's going to hit him in the backside. So nothing going right for the Royals here in the second inning. A couple of balks and a hit batter to go along with a wild pitch and 3 singles. Throw on top of there, a walk. And you got a couple of free passes on the base paths now, trailing 3-0. Meeting on the mound with the Royals as they try to settle down Nick Matfield and get him through this second inning with no more damage. Matfield just needs to get himself an out, get the dugout settled down, and see if his offense can't get him some runs. Luke Keister popped to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Fastball in there for a strike. Do you think Matfield and Keister might have seen each other during the school days, with Keister being from Shenandoah and Matfield being from Lynchburg? This is a matchup that they've probably experienced. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner, 0-2. So Matfield trying to get out of it with just a 3-run deficit. He's ahead 0-2 on Keister. Slider down and away. The check swing. They're going to ask for help. They're going to say he did not go far enough. So Amaro tracked it down, tagged, and then asked for help. But they say Keister laid off of it, 1-2. Matfield's 1-2. Grounded sharply to third. That's going to be into left field for a base hit. Lafferty up with it. The throw is going to be cut off, and a 1-2 RBI single. And I don't know how many times we've seen that this year. A Royals pitcher giving up a hit ahead in the count, 1-2-0-2, and it's going to cost him another run. Duffy scores easily from second to make it 3-0, 4-0. Lineback stops at second, and Keister now at first. And Joey Pagano steps to the plate. He grounded out to first his first time up. The River Bandits have batted around here in the inning. Lifted to left field. Should be easy for Lafferty. And the Royals are out of the inning finally. But for the River Bandits, 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors. And the Bandits will leave 2 on base. Your score after an inning and a half. Woodstock 4, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Royals threatened to score a run in the first, couldn't get him in, and the River Bandits respond with a 4-run inning and lead it 4-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second. And did I say that Woodstock and Mike Bocock would love nothing more than to knock Winchester out of the playoffs? And again, if Winchester loses both games and Newmarket loses both games while Woodstock wins all 4 of their games, the River Bandits move into a 3-way tie for third. And then you got to figure out the tiebreaker from there. The Royals have won the season series against the River Bandits. They are up 5-2, but that makes no never mind to Woodstock as they've jumped out 4-0 here in the early going. Falcone back to the mound for Woodstock. He'll face 5, 6, 7 for the Royals here in the second. Horning, Christensen, and Ebbing. Gavin Horning, the right fielder from Shenandoah, making his first appearance for the Royals. Horning plays his baseball right here for the Hornets, along with teammate Brody Pickett and the young man playing second base for the River Bandits, Luke Keister. So there is some Hornets taste of this game this afternoon. The first pitch to Horning. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That's high and tight. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Royals down 4. Bottom half of the second inning, the 1-1 to Horning. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Falcone sets the 1-2. Slider fouled out of play. The count stays 1-2. The contingent from Woodstock happy with the proceedings so far as they have their team out to a 4-0 lead. The 1-2 to Horning. Slider down and away. Count evens up 2-2. Royals looking for their first base hit. A leadoff walk to start the first. He moved to second on a pass ball, moved up on a fly ball, and was stranded at third. The only base runner the Royals have had so far. The 2-2 to Horning. Grounded toward first. Up with it is Wilson. He'll run over and tag the bag, and Horning down 3 unassisted to start the second. So after the leadoff walk, Falcone has retired 4 straight. That'll bring up Connor Christensen. Christensen, the shortstop from Wabash Valley College. Playing in his 11th game for the Royals, a .286 hitter, 10 for 35, no home runs, 3 RBIs. The Royals going to need some of that offense they've had against Strasburg the last 2 nights. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The Royals 14-1 winners over Front Royal on Wednesday. Lost to Newmarket here 9-4 in 10 innings. Then put a hurting on the Express 2 nights in a row. The 1-0 to Christensen downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Defeated Strasburg 20-8 on Friday night in Strasburg, and then a 10-3 victory over the Express here last night. And they've already figured out that 5 runs here tonight's not going to be enough. The 2-0 downstairs for a ball, 3-0. I guess it was downstairs. Actually, if the Royals can shut the Bandits out the rest of the way, 5 runs would be enough. But a long ways to go. And the Royals down 4. Fastball in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Royals need some base runners and then guys to plug the alleys and see if they can't see some guys running around the bases. The 3-1. Downstairs, it'll be the second walk issued by the Woodstock pitcher here this afternoon. This time a one-out walk. That'll bring up Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing, the designated hitter from Kent State. Ebbing, a .239 hitter, his 22nd game, 16 for 67. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Right-handed hitting catcher. Hitting in the designated hitter spot this afternoon. The first pitch to Ebbing. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Ebbing hitting the 7-hole this afternoon. Looks like a nice little game of soccer going on in the Woodstock bullpen. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. Just 2 participants. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second, Royals trying to answer a 4-run outburst for the River Bandits. Off with the pitch and fouled into the backstop. Christensen had a good jump, but having fouled it off. Count 1-2, and Christensen will have to come back. Royals played hit and run successfully a couple times yesterday. Thought they'd give it a try here, and it doesn't work out this time as Ebbing fouls it off. 1-2 the count. Christensen with his lead at first. Falcone will take a look at him. The 1-2. Upstairs for a ball, 2-2, and Falcone made Ebbing wait quite a while there, and you usually see the hitter after that length of time step out and call timeout, but Ebbing stood in there and waited. 2-2 the count. Check of the runner at first. Throw to first, and kind of a lollipop throw to first to just say, I know you're over there. Falcone comes set. He'll check the runner again, the 2-2. Slider on the outside corner, strike 3 called, and I don't think the umpire knew it was strike 3. And Ebbing is telling him it's out of the strike zone. And if that's his strike 3 call, that's the weakest strike 3 call I've ever seen in my life. So Ebbing down on strikes for out number 2 here in the second, and that'll bring up Christian Amaro, the catcher from North Carolina A&T. Amaro, a .231 hitter, his 21st game, 12 for 52, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. And that strike 3 called was like, well, I'm here. I guess I got to call it. No, there was nothing different from the strike 1 call to the strike 3 call. First pitch to Amaro. Throw to first, back in time is Christensen. Royals still looking for their first hit here this afternoon and find themselves down in a 4-0 hole already. The pitch to Amaro swung on and missed, and Amaro throws the bat into the stands. And lucky for everybody in the Woodstock side that it just missed and hit the edge of the stands and bounced out of play as Amaro's trying to find somebody to go get the bat for him. And he'll just use Morgan Miller's bat now, I guess, as doesn't look like anybody's chasing the bat down for him. But he launched that, and it just missed the bleachers, but it looked like it was going right for the River Bandit stand, sitting right behind the dugout. But it did just miss and hit the edge of the bleachers and bounced away. And now there's a young lady that has retrieved it and handed it back to the Woodstock dugout. And she's none too happy about it because she's now got pine tar on her hands. 0-1 the count to Amaro. So he has a different bat. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. And I don't know that Amaro realizes that his bat's over here in the Woodstock dugout. He can get his bat back if he wants it. Maybe this one will work out better for him. Falcone comes set, the 1-1. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1, and this one has worked out better. He's seen 2 balls as opposed to the 1 strike he saw with the other bat. Royals push for the playoffs has hit a speed bump here so far this afternoon. The 2-1 to Amaro. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Good fastball there to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And this crowd trying to get some life into the Royals. They're just kind of going through the motions so far. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Amaro down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. The Royals get another base runner, but can't move him past first. Royals still without a hit. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave another on. Your score after 2. Woodstock 4. Winchester nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action.
On behalf of the Royals, we'd like to once again thank tonight's game day sponsor, Navy Federal Credit Union, for providing fans with free admission into this evening's game. Since the beginning, they've been dedicated to promoting the not-for-profit credit union exclusively serving the military, veterans, and their families. Navy Federal offers great rates, lower fees, and exclusive discounts to their members. And since their members are owners, not just customers, each of them has a vote. Navy Federal Credit Union is built on a strong foundation and a focus to provide their members with service, commitment, and integrity. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission.
Nick Matfield back to the mound for the Royals. He finds himself down 4-0 after a outburst by the River Bandits in the second inning. They'll start their third inning right where they started the second. Ryan Wilson will lead it off. 4-5-6. Wilson singled and scored to get this all started for the Bandits. Four runs, 4 hits for Woodstock. In the second, they were helped along by a couple of walks, a hit batter, a wild pitch, 2 balks. Just about anything that could go wrong for the Royals went wrong in the second inning, with the exception of somebody wearing Woodstock orange hitting it out of the ballpark. Again, Wilson 1-for-1 of the runs scored. He started it with the infield single to third. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Again, Matfield's job. Quick inning, get the bats back to the dugout and see if they can't get clicking. The 0-1. Grounded toward third. High hop. Miller fields, throws to first, and it'll be a wild throw. Miller got the in-between hop, and by the time he fielded the hop, didn't have his feet set properly, tried to hurry his throw to first, and it ate up Hernandez at first, and we'll see how they'll score. It'll be another infield advancement by Wilson. I think a good throw probably gets him at first, but Miller wasn't in any position to make the throw after he got the in-between hop. And he tried to set his feet, and by the time he set his feet and made the throw, he had to hurry the throw to get Wilson at first. First pitch to Joy in there for a strike, 1-0. Joy 1-for-1, he singled, and they're going to give Wilson another infield hit. So Wilson 2-for-2 with a couple infield hits to third. Throw to first back in time. It'll be the 5th hit for the River Bandits, and Joy for the second time this afternoon hitting with a runner at first and nobody out. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball. Count evens up 1-1. Miller couldn't decide if he was going to come in and try to take the short hop or stay back and get the big hop, and he got the in-between hop. He fielded it, but then he got his feet tangled up trying to make the throw. The 1-1. That's lifted towards center field. Derschlag has it measured, and he'll make the catch. Chase Wilson back to first, and there's one out here in the River Bandits third. Andorowski will hit. He reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run in the second inning. 0 for 1 at the run scored. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. It doesn't matter how hard you hit him or where you hit him. As long as you reach base, you're doing your job. The 1-0 lifted toward left. That should be easy for Lafferty. He'll settle under it and make the catch. And again, chase Wilson back to first. So after the infield single, quickly 2 outs. And the River Bandits third. We have Trevor Hansen. Hansen 0 for 1. He drove in a run of the sacrifice fly in the second inning. No official at bat for Hansen yet. First pitch will miss outside. 1-0. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Bandits, nothing across the board for the Royals. The 1-0, and that'll almost hit him. Hansen was able to just back out of the way in time, as it looked like that was headed right for his hip. 2-0 the count. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. The 2-1 slider down and in. Goes 3-1 now. We'll see what the Bandits do with Wilson at first base. 3-1, 2 outs. Matfield comes set, the 3-1. That's going to be lined into center field for a base hit. So Hansen picks up hit number 6 for the River Bandits, his first of the game, and the inning continues for Brady Whitaker, who singled, drove in a run, and scored. And the 4-run second is Woodstock tries to add to a 4-0 lead here. Whitaker 1 for 1 at the run and an RBI. Trying to drive in run number 2 for him, run number 5 for the River Bandits. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Matfield checks the runners, the 0-1. That'll catch the inside corner. Count evens up 1-1. Or I'm sorry, 0-2 rather. Whitaker thought it was a bit inside. Matfield a pitch away from getting out of this one with no damage. The 0-2. Grounded right back up the middle. Another 0-2 base hit given up by Royals pitching. That's going to drive in another run. And the Royals are going to throw it around the infield and allow everybody to move up. An 0-2 hanging breaking ball that Whitaker smoked into center field. Wilson scores easily from second. Hansen goes first to third, and the Royals attempt to get Hansen at third. Whitaker moved up to second. And that'll bring up Duffy, who has walked and scored a run. The River Bandits add on here. Duffy a chance to blow this out to a 7-0 lead in the early going. And remember the last time the River Bandits were here, the Royals jumped out to a 7-0 lead that they couldn't hold on to and had to win in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens up 1-1. In the first 3 innings, Matfield has given up 2 0-1 or 0-2, 1-2 hits that have driven in runs. That's fouled into the screen, 1 and 2. I can Just hear my old junior college coach losing his mind at one of us doing that. Matfield will come set, the 1-2. That one's downstairs for a ball. Count evens up 2-2. So the Bandits have added a run here in the third inning. They lead it now 5-0. Closest thing to a must-win game the Royals can come up with, and they're down 5. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and Duffy down on strikes. So Matfield registers his first strikeout to get the Royals out of the inning, but the River Bandits add on. 2 2-out hits produce another run. The River Bandits lead it 5-0 after 2.5. For the Bandits here in the third, a run, 3 hits, no errors, and they'll leave 2 on. And again, your score: Woodstock 5, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The Royals find themselves down 5. The River Bandits have out hit the Royals 7-0. 4 hits in the second, 3 hits in the third. And a good majority of those coming with 2 outs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 7 hits have come with 2 outs for the River Bandits, so that's getting it done on the offensive side. The Royals are going to have to put a stop to the floodgate and start answering back here. Again, I don't have a whole lot of faith in Front Royal beating Woodstock or beating Newmarket once, let alone twice. But that's what the Royals are facing if they lose here this afternoon. The River Bandits, they have 4 games left. They're playing twice tomorrow against Percival, once in Percival, once in Woodstock. And then they close it out when they travel to Strasburg on Tuesday. Morgan Miller will lead it off for the Royals. Miller, the third baseman from Norfolk State. Miller hitting 105, playing in just his 6th game for the Royals, 2 for 19. No home runs and RBI. He squares the bunt, pulls it back, 0-1. The 0-1 to Miller. That's going to miss inside, 1-1. Miller's job, as we talked about in the number 9 hole yesterday, get on base. It doesn't need to be by a base hit. It just needs to be a safely advanced to first base. And try to get something going here in the third inning. The 1-1 to Miller. Slider in there for a strike, 1-2. Falcone comes set. He'll fire in the 1-2. It's off the plate. 2-2 the count. To the Royals' third baseman, Morgan Miller. Trying to get the Royals going. The Royals still looking for their first hit. They've had a couple of walks, but no hits at all. The 2-2. That's the 2-2 slider that Ebbing got called out on strikes. And I can only imagine Ebbing from the dugout saying, wait a second, you called me out on that one. Count runs full, 3-2, and I don't know if I'd take that pitch again. 3-2. Line toward right field, coming on hard is Lineback, and he'll make the diving catch. So Miller made a bid for a base hit, but a nice play by the River Bandits right fielder Drew Lineback to keep the leadoff hitter off base. Looks like he got in on Morgan Miller's hands, and Miller fought it off to right field, but couldn't dump it in front of Lineback. So we'll go to the top of the order. Connie Durslag. Durslag walked and reached all the way around to third, where he was stranded in the first inning. Durslag 3 hits here last night. Royals would like to see him jumpstart a one-out rally here. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Falcone fires the 1-0. Tried to hold up, but he foul tipped it into the backstop. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 lifted toward right field again for Lineback. This time he's going back on it. He's going to track it down and make the catch shy of the warning track in front of the 370 sign in right center field for out number 2. So Caden Falcone's got it in cruise control. He's retired the first 2 he's faced here in the third. He's only allowed 2 base runners. A leadoff walk in the first, a 1-out walk in the second. Stands to reason he'll issue a 2-out walk here. First pitch will miss and go all the way to the backstop, 1-0. Bazidla popped to first. His first time up, he's 0 for 1. The 1-0. That'll miss. I'm sorry, catches the outside corner, 1-1. Delayed reaction on the home plate umpire of the outside call. Count even up. A ball and a strike. The set, the 1-1. Slider downstairs, 2-1. A walk here, a Hernandez base hit, and a Lafferty home run to get you right back into it. The 2-1. That'll catch the outside corner. Count runs 2-2. Now you're probably going to see that hard slider on the outside corner that once has been a strike and once has been a ball. We'll see where the River Bandits go here, 2-2. Fastball down and away. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch due from Falcone. Swung on and missed. He chased ball 4, and the Royals go in order here in the third. Through 3 of the Royals, nothing but a murmur. The River Bandits lead at 5-0 after 3. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the fourth. Royals will go to the bullpen. Nathan Stein will take over for Nick Matfield. Stein, the left-hander from St. Joseph University, makes his home in Woodbine, Maryland. The rising senior. Stein making his second appearance for the Royals, both in relief. He's worked an inning and 2/3, allowed 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk, no strikeouts. He has no record and an earned run average of 5.40 for the new Royals pitcher. Now Stein takes over, and his job is quick inning and hopefully to get the Royals back to swinging the bats. Back to the top of the order for the River Bandits here to start the fourth. Drew Lineback. He is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. Nick Matfield goes 3 innings, allows 5 runs. They're all earned. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. 7 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He hit 1 wild pitch, and 2 balks. And he does stand to be the loser. The Royals can't rally from 5 behind. The 1-0 off the plate, 2-0. 1, 2, 3 to hit for the River Bandits here in the fourth. Stein, Keister, and Pagano. The 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1 on the right fielder who made a nice diving stop of Morgan Miller's line drive last inning, or bottom of the last inning, the 2-1. Fisted down the third base side. It will be foul, 2-2. How often do you see it? The guy that makes the good play in the inning leads off the next inning. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the fourth, 5-0 River Bandits. The 2-2 that misses way outside, count runs full, 3-2. The 3-2 grounded towards second base. It's going to get past Bazadla into right field for a base hit. Joey made the sliding effort to try to knock it down, but it got past him for another leadoff single. Third inning in a row, the River Bandits have led off with a base hit. That'll bring up Luke Keister, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. 8th hit for the River Bandits. The Royals still looking for their first. Keister squares the bunt. He'll drop it down the first base line. Fielded by Stein. Throw to first. Just in time. Stein made a low throw to Hernandez at first. Hernandez able to make the play and retire Keister. It'll go as a 1-3 sacrifice, but Keister almost beat it out for a base hit. And the Bandits have another runner in scoring position for Joey Pagano, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and flown to left. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. Stein comes set, the 1-0. And it's in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Royals can really ill afford to fall any further behind. Down 5-0 already, still searching for their first hit. The River Bandits trying to thump the Royals right out of the playoffs. That's fisted toward third base, played by Miller, so Pagano got it in on his hands and he was able to fight it off, but hit a looping line drive right to the Royals' third baseman for out number 2. I'll bring up Ryan Wilson, 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He's led off the second and third with singles and came in to score both times. They were both infield singles. Now a base hit here makes it 6-0 River Bandits. First pitch to Wilson downstairs. Well, that's going to catch the outside corner. 0-1. Looked a little bit down and out, but Mr. Umpire says, no, sir, that's in there. The 0-1 to Wilson. Swung on and missed. Good hard breaking ball there to jump ahead in the count, 0-2. Stein will come set, the 0-2. Strike three called, and Wilson knew it. Breaking ball backdoored him. And after the leadoff single, Stein works around it. No runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 3.5 remains Woodstock 5, Winchester 0. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Falcone back to the mound for the River Bandits, and why not? He is no hit the Royals through 3. He'll face the middle of the Royals order here in the 4th, 3, 4, 5. Hernandez, Lafferty, and Horning. Hernandez and Lafferty have accounted for 65 RBIs between them this season. But right now, the Royals are the big fat goose egg where it matters. Falcone finishing up his warm-up tosses. Throw down to second base, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th. Jalen Hernandez, he's 0 for 1. He flew to left his first time up, and to his credit, it was deep left and had the wind got a little gust behind it at the right time. It would have been 2-0, but as it is, a long fly out to left, and the Royals still searching for hit number 1. Falcone has his sign. He'll come set. The first pitch to Hernandez to start the Royals' 5th. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Royals just 2 base runners, a couple of walks have been the extent of the Royals' offense through 3 innings here. The 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Falcone's 2-0 to Hernandez, and that's going to miss inside and chase Jalen off the plate. 3-0 the count. The soccer game is over in the Woodstock bullpen. I don't know who won. Either that or it's just halftime. Falcone will come set. The 3-0 to Hernandez. Downstairs, ball 4, and he walked the leadoff hitter on 4 straight to get the Royals going here in the 4th. Third base runner for Winchester. All via the walk. Lafferty tapped out to the catcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And a ball that was bang bang at first, and he almost beat it out, but did not. Still looking for their first hit are the Royals. First pitch to Lafferty. That line in the left field, and there's their first base hit of the ball game as Lafferty set first pitch fastball and smoked into left field, and the Royals have something going here in the 4th. Gavin Horning Horning 0 for 1 in his Royals career. A ground ball to first to lead off the second inning. Just his second at-bat as a Royal, but very familiar with the surroundings as he plays his home baseball games here in the spring with the Shenandoah Hornets. First pitch to Horning. Don't you think he'd like to hit one out of here? Slider off the plate for a ball 1-0. Introduce himself to this home crowd. The last home game of the regular season for the Royals. Hernandez at second, Lafferty at first, nobody out, bottom of the fourth. The 1-0 to Horning. And it's in there for a strike, 1-1. Falcone comes set, the 1-1 to Horning. Fouled into the screen, 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Horning trying to at least move the runners up. Check of the runners, the 1-2 delivery. Pop them up, should be an infield fly rule, and that's exactly what will be called. Is Wilson will come in and he'll make the catch, but it was dropped by Wilson. I don't know if he was trying to deke the runners and get somebody straight off the bag, but the runners will hold tight on the infield fly rule. That'll bring up Connor Christensen. Christensen walked his only time at the plate so far. First pitch to Christensen, slider in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 to Christensen. Slider catches the outside corner, 0-2, and that outside corner has been inconsistent both ways, but he has called it. 0-2, the count to the Royals shortstop, Connor Christensen. The 0-2 slider down in the dirt, and it's going to get away and bounce away, and the runners are going to move up. Whitaker blocked it, but it got away from it. He couldn't find it. It was off to his right. And Hernandez will move to third and Lafferty to second on the wild pitch. First wild pitch issued by Falcone here this afternoon. And now base hit gets the Royals to within 3. The 1-2. Slider just misses. A little bit lower than the 1-2 that was called moments ago. Still a pretty good pitch there to even the count. River Bandits back up the middle, conceding the run. Trying to avoid the big inning, the 2-2. Strike 3 called. No, he did not call it strike 3. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure where that one was. Christensen a better eye than I have as he took that pitch to run the count full 3-2. Payoff pitch to the Royal shortstop. And that one's going to miss downstairs. So a couple of close pitches there with 2 strikes go the Royals' way. And they're going to have him loaded for Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing struck out looking on that slider on the outside corner in the second inning, a call that he was none too happy with. We'll see what Peyton does here, but before Ebbing comes to the plate, we'll have a visit from the Woodstock dugout. And my guess is it's just a calm Falcone down a little bit as he had a couple pitches there that could have very easily been called strike 3 that didn't go his way. There is a right-hander up getting loose in the Woodstock bullpen. A little sidewinder getting loose. Unlike the Royals, when the River Bandits have a meeting on the mound, it's just the catcher and the pitcher. The Royals bring the entire infield in. And the short meeting is over, and everybody back to their respective positions. And Peyton Ebbing's going to hit with one out, and the bases full of Royals. Crowd continues to file in as we're playing here in the bottom half of the fourth. Royals trying to get a little bit closer. They find themselves down 5-0 here in the fourth. First pitch to Ebbing. Popped it up towards center field. Should be deep enough to score the run. Andrusky makes the catch. He'll fire on to third. And Lafferty will cruise in standing up. So the Royals will get a run off the bat of Peyton Ebbing. And Lafferty will move up to third. Hernandez scores easily, and the Royals are on the board, but still trail it by 4. Lafferty moves to third. Christensen stays at first, rather, and we'll see if the Royals put him in motion here and put a couple guys in scoring position for Amaro here, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Royals got some guys on base. They'd like to drive in here and get a little bit closer. The first pitch to Amaro, throw to first. Back in time is Christensen. And it wasn't a good, quick move to first, but did have Christensen looking like he was leaning the wrong way. So don't be surprised if the good move to first comes right here. First pitch, Christensen off of the pitch, fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. Royals again play hit and run, but for the second time this afternoon, it doesn't work out as Amaro fouls it out of play. 0-1 the count on the Royals catcher. Christensen back to first. And the runners on the corners with 2 outs for Winchester here in the bottom half of the fourth. Falcone comes set. The 0-1 to Amaro. Popped it up towards center field. Should be easy. Andrusky comes in, calls everybody off, and he'll make the catch. So the Royals get a run, but strand a couple more. A run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the Royals leave 2 on base. Your score after 4 complete. Woodstock 5, Winchester 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 5th. Royals trail at 5-1. Nathan Stein back to the mound for the Royals. He worked around a leadoff base hit in the 4th to keep the Royals within 5. They have trimmed into that lead a little bit now. It's now 5-1. Royals need to win the middle third of the game and get to the back third with a chance to win it going away. Stein will face the middle of the order for the Bandits, 5, 6, 7. Preston Joy will lead it off. Joy 1 for 2. Single in the second. He's also flown to center. First pitch downstairs for a ball. 1-0. And again, Don't count these River Bandits out. If they were to win their last 4 games, it's certainly a possibility. If Winchester loses both their games and Newmarket loses both their games, that's outside for a ball. 2-0. You got a three-way tie for that third playoff spot, and then somebody's got to figure out who moves on. The 2-0 downstairs 3-0, and he's been nowhere near on 3 straight to start the inning here to Preston Joy. And I guess that one hit him because it wasn't ball 4. So Joy takes off all the battle armor and he'll go to first. Second River Bandit to be hit by a pitch here this afternoon. They'll bring up Andorowski, who's 0 for 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice, stolen a base, and scored a run. And Preston joined the first base umpire, engaged in conversation about something. They look to get a little chuckle out of it, and everybody ready to go back to work. First pitch to the River Bandit center fielder will miss inside, 1-0. Steen has not been anywhere near on the 4 pitches here in this inning. The 1-0, that's way inside. It almost hit and Durst. 2-0 the count. The 2-0, high and tight, 3-0. And he's missed on his first 6 pitches here in the inning. And in danger of putting the first 2 hitters on to start the 5th, and that's exactly what you don't need down by 4 runs. The set, the 3-0. And nowhere near. He walked him on 4 straight. And the River Bandits have the first 2 on here in the inning. 4th inning in a row that the River Bandits have gotten their leadoff hitter on base. This time it was by a hit batter. The other 3 times was via a single. And we'll see what they ask Trevor Hansen to do. Hansen 1 for 1 with an RBI. See if they have him bunting guys up here. He is scoring to bunt. He'll bunt through it, 0-1. He bunted at a ball, but it'll be called a strike as he offered at it. I might be tempted to have him take a pitch or 2 here, as Stein hadn't thrown a strike yet in the inning. The set, the 0-1. That's in there for a strike, 0-2. Stein gets the benefit of a borderline pitch on the lower part of the zone, and Hansen, a tall young man, I don't think thought too much of the call down at the bottom of the zone. The 0-2 to Hansen. Grounded to second. Up with it to second base for 1, and they're not going to be able to get the runner at first. Is sliding it hard at second base is Andersky, and he'll be out 4-6. And that may be the end of the line for Nathan Stein. As Joey will move to third, Hansen will move to first on the fielder's choice. Stein hasn't given up any runs yet, but the runners on base are his responsibility. There's a right-hander getting loose in the Royals bullpen. The ball off of Hansen's bat, nowhere near hard enough to try to roll one over. The Royals took the out at second base, and then Christensen tried to deke the runner at third and try to get him to come too far off the bag, but he did not bite, and that will be the end of the night for Nathan Stein. So the Royals will go to the bullpen once again. Stein will go an inning and a third. He has allowed no runs so far, but the 2 on base are his responsibility. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, and 1 strikeout. And again, the runners on first and third, his responsibility as we get it. A look at the new Royals pitcher. Cord Copley comes on to pitch for the Royals. Copley, the right-hander from Stephen F. Austin, has been one of the strong points out of the Royals bullpen this season. Copley making his 13th appearance. They're all in relief. He's worked 25 innings, allowed 25 hits, 22 runs, 13 are earned. He's walked 16, struck out 24. He's 1-3 with an earned run average of 4.68 as he gets ready to face Brady Whitaker. So Copley takes over with one out here in the fifth. Royals hoping he can coax a ground ball double play and get him out of the inning without giving up any more runs as the Royals facing the middle of the game here down by 4. And their offense has been basically non-existent, just one hit through 4 innings. They were able to turn one of the walks that they received into a run. Brady Whitaker, he is 2 for 2, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Whitaker playing in his 30th game for the River Bandits, a 180 hitter coming in, 11 for 61, no home runs, 6 RBIs. He's improved his 180 batting average and his 6 RBIs to 8 as he'll take a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Royals would love a strikeout here. Squeeze play, and the River Bandits are going to execute it perfectly as Whitaker gets the bunt down. And Preston Joy will score to make it 6-1 as the Bandits wanted that extra run. So give Whitaker a sacrifice, 1-3. Credit him with his 3rd RBI of the ball game, and the River Bandits now lead it 6-1 as they get that run back that the Royals scored in the bottom of the 4th. And then bring up Logan Duffy. Duffy 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Whitaker leading the way for the River Bandits with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Check swing, and it's downstairs, 2-0. Did I say that Mike Bocock would pull out all the stops and try to knock the Royals out of the playoffs? The 2-0 will miss outside 3-0, and don't think he's done. If he's going to keep scoring runs as long as the Royals are going to keep letting him score runs. The 3-0 to Duffy. And it'll be ball 4, and he walked Duffy on 4 straight pitches. Back to the top of the order for the River Bandits and Drew Leinbach. He is 1 for 2. Grounded out, was hit by a pitch and singled in his trips to the plate so far. And now a chance to drive in a run for Woodstock, who've already gotten the 1 run back that the Royals scored. First pitch, grounded to third. Miller will play the high hop, throw on to second to retire the side. So Duffy forced out at second to end the inning. But the River Bandits will score 1 run on no hits. There were no errors, and the Bandits will leave 2 on base. Your score after 4.5. We're halfway home. It's all Bandits at 6-1 Woodstock. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Caden Falcone back to the mound for the River Bandits. He shut the Royals offense down on one hit through 4 innings. He will face the 9-1-2 hitters here in the 5th. Same lineup that he faced in the 3rd inning, and he retired them in order. He's walked 4. One of those came in to score, but he's only allowed 1 hit. Miller 0 for 1. He lined out to right field to lead off the 3rd.
Number 16, Morgan Miller.
The Royals lose today. They are not out of the playoff race, but it just becomes that much more difficult. And then you go back to needing help from Front Royal. First pitch to Miller. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider in there for a strike. 0-2. Falcone set. The 0-2. That'll miss down and away and skip all the way to the backstop. 1-2 the count on the Royals' third baseman, trying to get something going for the Royals here in the 5th. They find themselves down 6-1. The 1-2. He held up on a slider down and away, and they're not even going to ask down the line. The count evens up 2-2. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Miller down on strikes for out number 1 here in the Royals' 5th. Back to the top of the order for Connie Durslag. Durslag 0 for 1. He walked and got all the way around to 3rd, where he was straight in the 1st. He's also flown to right. First pitch to Durslag. He squares the bunt, pulls it back. 1-0. Nice sized crowd on hand, hoping the Royals get something going here soon, as they're running out of time. And the home finale, the 1-0 to Durslag. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. That skips all the way to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. The River Bandits have come in and taken the sail out of the crowd here this afternoon. The 2-0. That'll miss upstairs, 3-0. And I think I meant to say taking the wind out of the sail of the crowd and not the sail out of the crowd. I don't think anybody brought a sail here this afternoon. 3 balls, no strikes to Durslag. Fastball right down the middle, 3-1. The 3-1. That'll miss inside. It'll be the 5th walk issued by Falcone. But I guess if you're not giving up any hits, the walks don't really matter. That'll bring up Bazidla, who is 0 for 2. He's popped to first and struck out. Royals again have a runner on base, but so far have been unable to move him around with any consistency this afternoon. First pitch, Durslag off of the pitch, and he will slide in safely. Slider in there for a strike. Durslag will steal the base, and he's in scoring position now with one out. That was something you saw the Royals doing a lot of early on that they have not done as much of here of late. But I guess when you're scoring 14, 20, and 10 runs, you don't necessarily need to steal a lot of bases. When you're down 6-1, you got to make something happen. The 0-1 to the Royals second baseman. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Durslag bluffed like he was going to third. The 1-1 downstairs for a ball, 2-1 now. Falcone sets. He'll check the runner at second, the 2-1. That'll miss high and away, and the throw behind him almost went to center field. Nice job by Keister to knock it down and keep it in the infield. As Whitaker thought he had a chance to pick off Durslag at second, and he took a throw down there, but it was high, and it's all Keister could do to keep it from going into center field. Falcone sets the 3-1. Inside move to second base, and a lollipop flip to Keister, who was moving in to cover the bag. The count remains 3-1. Royals trying to jumpstart a rally here with one out in the fifth. Durslag off with the pitch. The pitch is high. It's going to be ball four. The throw to third is not going to be in time. So Durslag will steal third, and the throw got away from Hansen, but it hit the third base umpire and probably saved the River Bandits a run for the time being. That'll bring up Hernandez, team leader in RBIs with 34, and the Royals would like to see him run one up the alley here. A couple of stolen bases for Durslag in the inning. Just his second and third stolen bases of the season. We'll see what the Royals do. Runners on first and third with one out for Hernandez. First pitch to Jalen. The runner takes off for second, and he will steal with no throw. So the Royals will have second and third now with one out for Hernandez. First pitch downstairs, and Jalen with a chance to sit on a pitch and maybe find something he can drive the Royals back into the ball game with. The 1-0. That'll miss inside, 2-0. Hernandez gave it a ride in the first inning, a fly ball to the fence in left. He also has walked and scored the only Royals run. 0 for 1, but he'd like to get the Royals to within 3 here. The 2-0 fastball will miss up, got in there. I thought the umpire was coming out of the crouch and saying he missed with it. But he does throw the right hand up and say strike one. 2-1 the count on the Royals MVP, Jalen Hernandez. The 2-1 lifted towards center field. It's going to be good enough to drive in a run, but the center fielder is going to haul it in and get it back in, and everybody will move up one. So the Royals will pick up another run on another sacrifice fly, but they need some base runners and need some runs. Durslag scores to make it 6-2. Now runner at third with 2 outs for Lafferty. Singled his last time up. He has the only hit for the Royals. The Royals have been able to take advantage of a couple walks here in the last couple innings, but still find themselves down 6-2. Lafferty trying to pick up his 32nd RBI of the season. Slider will miss up. It'll catch the outside corner. That inconsistent outside corner again. For Hernandez, his team high 35th RBI. Makes it 6-2. The 0-1 to Lafferty. Slider down and away. It's going to be in there for strike two, and Austin wasn't too thrilled with that call. 0-2 the count on the Royals left fielder today. Falcone comes set. The 0-2 to Lafferty. That's going to be dribbled toward first. Up with it is Wilson. And Lafferty is going to beat the pitcher to the bag. Austin Lafferty, with everything he was worth, getting down to the bag. He outran Caden Falcone to the bag. He just hit it off the end of the bat. And Wilson, rightfully so, fielded it. But Falcone was late getting off the mound. And by the time he realized his first baseman was going to field it, he was in a foot race with Lafferty to get the first, and Lafferty won it. So the Royals to within 3 on an infield RBI single off the bat of Austin Lafferty. And Lafferty has both Royals hits in the game, and it's now 6-3. And boy, oh boy, if they couldn't get their new guy to hit a home run here and put a spark in this crowd. First pitch swinging, he lines it foul toward the Royals bullpen. 0-1 to Gavin Horning, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and popped the first in his 2 plate appearances as a Winchester Royal. You don't think he doesn't want to hit one over the scoreboard right now. The 0-1, Lafferty off of the pitch. It's going to go all the way to the backstop. Lafferty will steal it standing up, and he'll take a look. So what the Royals did most of the season to pick up wins was steal bases, and they have gone back to that here in this inning as they have stolen 5 bases in the inning. I'm sorry, 4 bases in the inning. I think that's more than they've stolen the last 3 games combined. Now Horning a chance to pull the Royals to within 2 with a base hit. 1-1 the count to Gavin Horning. The 1-1. That's short hot by Whitaker, and that saves 90 feet for the River Bandits as that gets by. Lafferty's at third with 2 outs. 2-1 the count now to big Gavin Horning. Royals trying to crawl back into it. Still down 3. The 2-1 to Horning. That's in there for a strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Royals with just 2 hits, but they have scored 3 times. They've driven in 3 of the 5 walks. The 2-2 to Horning. Strike 3 called, fastball on the outside corner, and Horning is down looking. Well, the Royals get a little closer, but will leave another runner in scoring position. 2 runs on a hit. There were no errors. And a runner left on second. Your score after 5 complete is Woodstock 6, Winchester 3. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 6th. The Royals have been out hit 8-2, but find themselves only down 3 as they continue to make a push for the playoffs. And you know, Woodstock's going to have a lot to say about who gets in, although they have no more games with Newmarket. They're going to have a lot to say about who finishes number one as they play Percival twice tomorrow, and they finish up with a road game at Strasburg on Tuesday. The River Bandits can decide the division winner by themselves. Luke Keister will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He's also laid down a sacrifice bunt. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Keister, Pagano, and Wilson for the River Bandits here in the sixth. 2-3-4. Check swing. He called on the pitch. Count evens up 1-1. A 1-1. That's a line toward left field, and a nice diving stop by Connor Christensen to rob Keister of a base hit. Connor Christensen gets the crowd to their feet with a stellar defensive play to keep Keister off the bases. Keister knew that was a base hit. He was rounding first, and he had the chance to watch the Royals shortstop rob him. That'll bring up Joey Pagano, who is 0 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, and lined out in his 3 at-bats here this afternoon. He's even in the count now, 1-1 as the 1-0 in there for a strike. The 1-1 fouled out of play, 1-2 to the River Bandits left fielder Joey Pagano. And for those wondering, yes, Connor Christensen leads off the next inning. Slider in there, strike 3. Pagano thought it was downstairs. Pagano down on strikes, and how many times do you see it? We've seen it at least twice here this afternoon where the guy that makes the great play leads off the next inning. And we haven't gotten there yet, but Christensen will lead it off for the Royals in the sixth. Ryan Wilson, he's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. One of 2 River Bandits with 2 hits. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Preston Joy waits on deck. If Wilson can extend the inning, there are 2 outs. That's going to miss inside, 2-0. Copley's fine, the 2-0. That's upstairs, 3-0. There is a right-hander getting loose in the River Bandits bullpen. The 3-0 will miss downstairs, so he strikes out Pagano looking and then walks Wilson on 4 pitches. A 2-out base runner for the River Bandits here in the sixth. The Royals have not had a 1-2-3 inning since the first. They did retire the leadoff hitter here for the first time since the first inning. Joy is 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. He's also singled and flown to center. First pitch to Preston Joy. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. And my guess is if the right-hander's up, still getting loose in the River Bandits bullpen, he's coming on to pitch the next inning, and we've seen the last of Falcone. Slider downstairs, 2-1. He has shut the Royals down on 2 hits through 5 innings. They've scored 3 runs off of his walks. The 2-1 pitch to Preston Joy. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Eight hits for the Bandits, 2 hits for the Royals. It's 6-3 Woodstock as we play here in the top of the sixth. The 2-2 lifted toward left field. Lafferty on his horse. He is going to not be able to get there as it'll drop Just inside the line, the throw to third base rather, is not going to get him. Miller thought he got the tag down in time. A 2-out base hit for Joy, and on the throw to third, he'll take second. Lafferty after it with all he had to give, but it was just inside the line. And now the River Bandits a base hit away from getting those 2 runs right back. JT Anarosky, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. He reached on a fielder's choice and scored. And he'll hit this one right to the first baseman, Jalen Hernandez, who'll run over and tag the bag. So the Royals will dodge a 2-out bullet here in the 6th as Copley works around the walk and the single for the Bandits in the 6th. No runs, a hit, no errors. They'll leave 2 on base. Your score after 5.5. Woodstock 6, Winchester 3. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. The River Bandits will make a pitching change here as we expected. Josh Nielsen, right-handed sidewinder from Messiah College, will come on to pitch. Give you Falcone's numbers here momentarily for Nielsen. Again, sidewinder from Messiah College, making his 15th appearance. He does have 1 start for Woodstock. 18 and a third innings allowed, 22 hits, 20 runs, 15 are earned. He's walked 17, struck out 12. He's 0-2 with a 7.36 earned run average. And Christensen will lead it off as he tries to get the Royals going here in the 6th, down by a couple. Caden Falcone goes 5 innings, allows 3 runs. They're all earned, just 2 hits. He walked 5, struck out 4, charged with 1 wild pitch, and stands to be the winner if Nielsen and the River Bandits bullpen can hold on to this 3-run lead for him. Christensen, Ebbing, and Amaro to hit for the Royals here in the 6th. First pitch to Christensen downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Royals would like to get 3 here, tie it up, and then try to win the back third of the ball game. The 1-0 downstairs for a ball, 2-0. There's a whole lot more. A lot of people in the Woodstock River Bandits bullpen now than the one-on-one soccer game earlier in the game. Fastball catch to the outside corner, 2-1 the count. So the Bandits have their bullpen down and ready to go as needed. The 2-1, that'll miss outside, 3-1. And Christensen, just like the number 9 hitter, his job here, get on base and see if the bottom of the order can shake out a couple of runs. The 3-1, that's nowhere near, and Christensen will draw the leadoff walk. Third time that Christensen's been walked here this afternoon. Then bring up Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing 0 for 1. He struck out looking, has also driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. Royals have more runs and RBIs than they do hits. But right now that's immaterial. They just need some guys on base to see if they can't tie this thing up. First pitch to Ebbing, in there for a strike, 0-1. Ebbing and Amaro, the two Royals catchers, one playing designated hitter today, one playing catcher. I don't know if you play designated hitter. I guess you hit. The 0-1 will miss way outside. A nice job by Whitaker to keep that from going to the backstop and keeping Christensen at first. Royals stole 4 bases last inning alone. Christensen at first was off and running earlier in the game on a hit and run. The 1-1, he's off and running now. The throw to second is going to be plenty of time, and Christensen is thrown out 2-4 on the stolen base attempt. So the Royals' stolen bases come back to bite him here in the 6th as Christensen is thrown out for the first out of the inning, and the pitch was a strike to Ebbing. It's now 1-2 on Peyton Ebbing. Great throw from Brady Whitaker to cut down the Royals' leadoff hitter. The 1-2, that'll miss outside, 2-2. I don't know if that was a hit and run and Ebbing didn't offer the pitch, a straight steal, or what the call was, but Christensen was thrown out by a good bit. The 2-2 fouled down the third base side. The count holds 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Royals still looking for their third hit of the game. Slider will miss outside. The count runs full, 3-2. So he walks Christensen on 5 pitches. He's gone full on Ebbing here. The 3-2 grounded towards short. Joy up with it. He'll set his feet, fire across in time to retire Peyton Ebbing 6-3. Christian Amaro steps in. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a fly out to center. First pitch to Amaro. Line in the right field for a base hit, so Amaro will stroke a single for the Royals. And oh, lo and behold, if he could have done that last time he was up, the Royals would be a little bit closer. But at the very least, he'll turn over the lineup. Morgan Miller will hit here with 2 outs. Miller 0 for 2 is lined to right and struck out. And if Miller can reach with 2 outs, the Royals will bring the tying run to the plate. And with the top of the order coming up, that pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And Nielsen wants to know if it was up or outside or where he missed. The 1-0 to Miller. Throw to first. Amaro dives back in safely. Again, with the number 9 hitter up and a catcher running at first, you don't expect the Royals to do a whole lot here with the base runner. The 1-0 downstairs for a ball, 2-0, especially if Nielsen gets behind and the Royals can piece together a 2-out rally here. Nielsen comes set, the 2-0. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, the Royals trail at 6-3. The 2-1. Fouled out of play. The count runs 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, Woodstock 6, Winchester 3. The Royals trying to fight their way back and still give themselves a chance to jump into the playoff race. That'll miss inside as Miller almost hit by the pitch. It's 3-2, and that'll give Amaro a head start from first. He'll be off with the pitch, and With that being said, Wilson will play behind him at first. The 3-2 throw to first, and that's going to be a balk because there's nobody covering first. So Nielsen apparently unaware that Wilson was going to be playing behind the base runner, even though you're usually told that by your first baseman. He spun to throw to first base, and there was nobody covering. Fortunately for him, he didn't throw it. Otherwise, Amaro would be on third. So now the 3-2 to Miller with a runner at second and 2 outs. Swung on and missed, and Miller will strike out for the second time this afternoon. And the Royals get another runner in scoring position, but can't move him around. No runs a hit. There were no errors. A runner left on base. Your score after 6 complete. Woodstock 6, Winchester 3. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Trevor Hansen will lead it off here for the River Bandits in the seventh, 7-8-9 to face Cord Copley. The Royals trail at 6-3. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hansen 1 for 2 with an RBI sacrifice fly, a base hit, and a fielder's choice. He's been on 2 out of the 3 times he's been up. Slider down and away, 2-0. Well, Royals, as we head toward the back third of the baseball game, can ill afford to fall any further behind. They trail at 6-3. The 2-0, and that'll hit Hansen in the just under the shoulder. That'll be the third River Bandit hit by a pitch here this afternoon, and again, the River Bandits will have their leadoff hitter on base. That'll bring up Brady Whitaker. Whitaker 2 for 2 with the run scored. He has 3 RBIs. Last time up, he dropped down a squeeze bunt to score what has become the 6th run of the game for the River Bandits. See if they ask him to drop down a bunt and move Hansen up into scoring position here. And he is not bunting, and he'll take a fastball in there for a strike, 1-0. And I don't think he was too fond of that call. He didn't say anything, but you could just tell by his reaction that he didn't think much of the call. The 0-1 to Whitaker. Runner off from first, fouled out of play, 0-2. The River Bandits play hit and run here in the 7th inning, but Whitaker fouls it off, and Hansen will have to come back to first. No balls, 2 strikes to the Woodstock catcher. Brady Whitaker came into the game hitting 180, has improved that number, and he's improved his RBI total with 3 here this afternoon. The 0-2. Slider, and that's going to get past Amaro and go all the way to the backstop. Slider was down and in, but Amaro couldn't knock it down, and it'll go as a wild pitch. And the River Bandits will get a runner in scoring position without the use of a bunt. Now Whitaker a chance to move him to third with less than 2 outs. Tapped right in front of the plate. Amara will field and throw on to first just in time. But it'll work just like a bunt as Whitaker will be thrown out 2-3. And Hanson will move to third on the play. And now the Royals will have to bring their infield in on the grass. Well, the green turf, if you will. For Logan Duffy. Duffy 0 for 1. He's walked twice. He's scored a run. And he'll take a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. The Royals trying to cut that runner off at the plate on a ball sharply hit at somebody, the 0-1. Just misses, and I can't tell you where. Looked like a good fastball. The 1-1 from Copley fouled off the catcher's mask, nothing, or 1-2 rather. Ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. River Bandits trying to add to a 6-3 lead. And they will, as that's going to be lined over the head of Bazidla. And again, a Royals pitcher giving up an 0-2 hit, or a 1-2 hit. And this one laced into the alley for a double by the number 9 hitter. Royals pitching has done a good job of getting ahead of the hitters this afternoon. They just are making pitches too good in the wrong situations. And there's now 7-3 and back to the top of the order. Hanson scores easily from third. And we may see another pitching change for the Royals. So that'll be at the end of the line for Cord Copley as the Royals will go to the bullpen once again.
Now batting third out, pitching for the Royals, from the University of Lynchburg, number 28, Colin McGuire.
Local boy Colin McGuire from James Wood High School and also Lynchburg University has himself a national championship ring with Lynchburg University. He'll come on to replace Copley. Copley goes 1 2/3. Copley will go 2 innings. So far, he's given up a run. It is earned. He's allowed 2 hits. The hit batter comes back to hurt him, as does the wild pitch. Both in this inning, he walked. He walked 1, walked 2, and he struck out 1. So Copley goes 2 innings, allows 2 hits, 2 walks, so strike out, a hit batter, and a wild pitch. So far, just 1 run, but the runner on second base is his responsibility. Give you Colin McGuire's numbers here. Lining back will come to the plate, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. Royals trying to stay within 4. We're trying to stay within 3, but that didn't work out. The first pitch to back popped it up, and that should be easy for Hernandez. He'll come over in foul territory and make the catch right at the end of the logo on the field that says Kevin Anderson Field for out number 2. Bring up Luke Keister. Keister 1 for 3. I'm sorry, 1 for 2. Yes, 1 for 3, an RBI single, and a sacrifice bunt for McGuire. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. McGuire making his 4th appearance, all in relief. 5 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. They're all both earned. No walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 1-0 with an earned run average of 3.37. The 0-1 to Keister. That'll get away, but not far enough for the runner to move up. Copley will not figure in the decision here this afternoon. And again, you got to believe that these two have seen each other during the regular season when Lynchburg and Shenandoah got together. The 1-2, or the 1-1 rather, to Keister. Lifted towards center field. Durslag coming in, and he will settle and make the catch. So the Royals give one back on an 0-2 double to the number 9 hitter. But McGuire will come in and put out the fire, keep the Royals within 4. For the Bandits here in the 7th, a run on a hit. There were no errors and a runner left. Your score after 6.5, Woodstock 7, Winchester 3. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Josh Nielsen back to the mound for the River Bandits. He came on to start last inning. He'll face the top of the order. 1-2-3. Durslag to lead it off. He is 0 for 1. He has walked and scored a run. He's walked twice and scored a run. He stole a couple bases when he walked back in the 5th. Royals need him on base and a few more to get going here in the 7th. Already down 1-0 in the back third of the game. They trail it 7-3. That pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Nothing doing in the Woodstock bullpen right now. It's Josh Nielsen versus the Royals for the time being. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Copley will finish today going 2 innings, allowing a run. It was earned, 2 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout, a hit, batter, and a wild pitch. And again, he cannot take a decision here. The 1-1 popped out of play. 1-2 the count on the Royals. Center fielder Connie Durslag. Royals need a rally here. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat toward right field. It's going to be caught by Leinenbach. Off the bat, it looked like it may fall in front of him, but it held up long enough for Leinenbach to track it down for the first out here in the inning. And that'll bring up Bazidlo, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. All 3 of the Royals' runs scored after being walked to reach base. They only have 3 hits, and 2 of those belong to Austin Lafferty. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the River Bandits. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Royals. The 1-0. Tap down the third base line. Count evens up 1-1. The Royals have already won the season series against the River Bandits, but Woodstock would like to finish it 3-5 against Winchester and put a dent in the Royals' playoff plans. The 1-1 And it's in there for a strike, 1-2. 330 the attendance here this afternoon, one of the Royals' higher crowds this season with the early start times. And of course, the last home game and the way things are heading, the last game this season here. The 2-2 downstairs for a ball. 3-2 the count. So the Royals can get some guys on in front of Lafferty and Hernandez. Maybe make some good things happen. 3-2 pitch, tapped foul down the third base side. We'll do it again, 3-2. Payoff pitch due from Josh Nielsen. Ball four, it'll miss outside. And Bazidlo will draw the second walk issued to him this afternoon.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 41, Jalen Hernandez.
Now maybe Hernandez and Lafferty can put a charge into a couple baseballs and get the Royals a little bit closer here. Jalen is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field to the fence in the first inning. He has also walked and scored and driven in a run of the sacrifice fly. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. You know, he'd like to get a hold of one and make it 7-5 right now. The 1-0 fouled out of play. Count evens up 1-1. A ball, a strike, one out. Bottom of the seventh, 7-3 Woodstock. Throw to first. Back in time. Absolutely nothing going on in the Woodstock bullpen. Even the soccer game has come to a close. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 1-2 the count. Hernandez looked back like he can't believe he missed that pitch, but he did. It's now 1-2 on the Royals' first baseman. The 1-2. Grounded sharply into right field for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner up at second because, in all honesty, he'd have been thrown out by a half a mile, but his run means nothing. First hit for Hernandez in the game, and now if Big Austin can get a hold of one here, we got a brand new story. Lafferty 2 for 3. He legged out an infield single last time up to drive in a run. And a home run here would tie him with Hernandez for the RBI lead on the team. But the Royals would take a gapper up the alley here. That's down the line, but foul. He got that off the end of the bat. And if it would have stayed fair, the Royals are in business because Linebach's shaded around toward the alley a little bit. And if that goes down the line, the Royals are going to get a run. Hernandez is going to be at least at third, and Lafferty is going to be at least at second. But alas, would have been, could have been, should have been. So the 0-1 to Lafferty. Breaking ball misses outside. Count evens up 1-1. This crowd just sitting on their hands, waiting for something to get excited about. We're the kids from Tall Timbers when you need them. The 1-1. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1, and now Austin ahead in the count. A chance to be a little bit selective here. The 2-1. Fouled into the screen, 2-2. Two with one out. Lafferty trying to get the Royals a little bit closer here. The 2-2 swung on and missed. A good hard breaking ball and Lafferty down on strikes. Big strikeout for Nielsen and the River Bandits here in the 7th. And that'll leave it up to the newest Royal. Gavin Horning, he's 0 for 3. He's grounded to first, popped to first, and struck out looking. You don't think he would like to put his name in the Royals record book with the long one here. Right now the Royals again would settle for one up the alley. First pitch to Horning. Grounded towards short. Joy will field. Long throw to first. Low throw. It's not going to be in the dirt, and it's going to get past Wilson. The Royals are going to score one. Hernandez didn't see it right away. The throw to second is not going to be in time, and the Royals are going to catch a break on the low throw by Preston Joy. Joy one-hopped it to Wilson, and Wilson couldn't come up with it, and Hernandez didn't see the throw right away. Otherwise, he might have scored. Zidlow is going to score to make it 7-4, and if Christensen can get a base hit, the Royals are right back in this thing. That'll be an E6 all the way. It'll be a two-base error. And now Christensen, who is yet to record an official plate appearance, he's walked all 3 times. He was thrown out stealing the last time up, but a base hit here makes it 7-6. That's downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to Christensen. Fouled into the screen, 1-1. Oh, a bleeder to the outfield somewhere is all the Royals are hoping for. And, of course, that throwing error comes up huge as it gets the Royals within 3, and now a base hit. Could tell a different story, the 1-1. That'll miss downstairs, 2-1. I'm not sure that Nielsen approved of that call. Thought he might have got the bottom of the strike zone. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. That one just misses downstairs, and again Nielsen looks to be a little frustrated with the call. 3-1 the count. Now Christensen a chance to sit on a pitch. See if he can't find something to drive. The 3-1. That'll be in there for a strike, 3-2. Peyton Ebbing waits on deck if Christensen can extend the inning. The Royals have the tying run at the plate in the form of Connor Christensen. The payoff pitch from Josh Nielsen. Popped up toward right field. Should be easy for Leinbach. He'll settle under it and make the catch. The Royals threaten to get a little closer, but fail to do so. They'll leave 2 more runners in scoring position. They score a run on 1 hit. There was 1 big error, and the Royals leave 2 more on base. They've left 8 on base through the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in scoring position. Your score after 7 complete. Woodstock 7, Winchester 4. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Colin McGuire back to the mound for the Royals. Came on to get the Royals out of a jam in the top of the 7th inning. Retired the only 2 hitters he faced. He'll face the middle of the order, 3, 4, 5. Pagano, Wilson, and Joy to hit for the River Bandits here in the 8th of a 7-4 River Bandits lead. This Royals team that's in the last 4 nights have scored 14, 20, and 10 runs. have been held to 3 hits here this afternoon by the River Bandits, who would love nothing more than to spoil the Royals' playoff party. Joey Pagano 0 for 4. He's grounded out, flown out, lined out, and struck out. One of just 2 River Bandits without a hit here this afternoon. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 the count on Pagano. The 0-1. That'll miss outside, 1-1. We have a baseball that has escaped the Royal. The football got away from the Royals bullpen. Got a soccer game in one bullpen and a football game in the other bullpen. 1-1 the count to Pagano. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out. Top of the 8th inning. That's in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. McGuire winds to 2-2. That'll miss outside, 3-2. McGuire's wind, the 3-2. Lined, or grounded rather, towards second base, and Bazidla's going to boot it, and it'll be a error on the Royals' second baseman to start the 8th inning here. First error of the game for the Royals. It'll bring up Ryan Wilson. Wilson 2 for 3, has scored twice. He's struck out and walked. The Royals got the ground ball they needed to start the inning off, but it didn't work out the way they needed it to. First pitch to Wilson, runner off with the pitch, swung on a miss. The throw down to second is going to be in time. Nice throw by Christian Amaro to retire Pagano, trying to steal. So Pagano retired 2-4 to erase the error off the board. The pitch was a strike to Wilson, and he's down in the count now 0-1 with 1 out and nobody on. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. Royals have the bottom third of the order coming up in the 8th. 7, 8, 9. So you got to believe you got to get a couple guys on base there and then go to work with the top of the order. The 0-2 line down the line and into left field for a base hit, and another 0-2 hanging breaking ball given up by a Royals pitcher, smoked for a stand-up double. Boy, how big does that caught stealing look now? Holy cow, 0-2 pitches. You got to be kidding me. Third hit of the game for Wilson. It's almost like he was sitting back waiting on a hanging breaking ball as he hammered it down the line for a stand-up double, and he's in scoring position now for Preston Joy. Joy 2 for 3. He's also hit by a pitch and scored a run. And he'll rip that one foul down the first base side. 11th hit of the game for the River Bandits, and at least 3 or 4 have come 0-2, 1-2. That's the first time they've done that, though, with nobody in scoring position. The 0-1, and it'll miss outside for a ball, 1-1. That fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. McGuire trying to work around the one-out double here. The 1-2. And another 1-2 pitch hammered to right. Are you kidding me? Hernandez will cut the throw off going to the plate, and they're going to cut the runner going to second base. But the Royals pitching staff is just shooting themselves in the foot here by giving up Rockets 1-2-0-2. Preston Joy rifles that into right field for an RBI single. Joy will be credited with a base hit and an RBI, and he'll be thrown out going 9-3-6 for the second out of the inning. But give Joy his third hit of the game and the RBI. And the Bandits have increased the lead back to 4. 2-0 the count on Anarosky. The 2-0 way outside 3-0. And McGuire's been touched up twice in this inning by Rockets 0-2. The 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. The line, the 3-1. That's hammered to deep to right field, going back onto his Horning, and he is going to watch it hit off the fence. Anarosky will slam on the brakes at second base, and he didn't miss getting that one out of here by very much. And the Royals have caught a break here with a runner being thrown out stealing and a runner being thrown out trying to move up on a throw. Otherwise, there's 2 more runs on the board. It's 10-4, and the Royals can see their playoff hopes slipping away. Trevor Hansen will step in. He is 1 for 2. He's driven in a run with a sacrifice fly, been hit by a pitch, and scored a run. Wilson has now scored 3 times in the game, and that's lined in the right left field for a base hit. And the River Bandits hit parade continues. Third double of the inning. And the River Bandits just starting to pour it on now. And again, if not for a caught stealing and a base running mistake by the River Bandits, this could be a whole lot different story. And it looks like the Royals are again going to go to the bullpen, but at this point, unless the offense turns it into high gear, it may not matter. McGuire will be taken out. He goes an inning and a third. He's given up 3 hits all this inning, and they're all doubles. And by the way, they're all going to be unearned runs, as the Royals, by all rights, should be out of the inning. He did not walk anybody, did not strike out anybody, did not hit anybody wild pitches, or so forth. And now the new Royals pitcher from Shenandoah University, Nick Bell, will come on in relief. The 4th Royals pitcher of the game. Bell making his 9th appearance. He does have 1 start for the Royals. He's worked 14 in the 3rd innings, allowed 24 hits, 21 walks, 18 strikeouts. Well, let's start that over. 24 hits, 21 runs, 18 are earned, 4 walks, 18 strikeouts. He's 0-1 with an 11.30 earned run average. McGuire has given up 2 runs. They're both earned, but the runner at second base is his responsibility. He will not figure into the decision here this afternoon. And Nick Bell going to try to stop the bleeding and keep the Royals right where they're at, though they trail by as much as they've trailed by all game. soon as the Royals get a little bit closer, the River Bandits come right back and answer with a couple runs. The Royals down 5-0, scored one to make it 5-1. River Bandits immediately scored one to go back up 6-1. The Royals cut it to 6-3 of the pair of runs. Each team scored a run in the seventh to make it 7-4. But Woodstock has added two more here in the eighth to reclaim a 5-run lead as we play here with 2 outs in the eighth, and Brady Whitaker will be the hitter. Whitaker 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. First pitch grounded sharply to short. Christensen up with it. He'll fire on to first in time. So Nick Bell comes on and throws one pitch and gets the Royals out of the inning. But the River Bandits answer with 2 runs on 3 doubles. There was a huge Royals error, and the Bandits will leave one more runner on base. Your score after 7.5. Woodstock 9, Winchester 4. Royals have their work cut out for them and only have 2 innings to get it done. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. If we go to the bottom of the eighth, the River Bandits are going to go to the bullpen. The new pitcher for Woodstock, Davian Giles. The Royals have seen him a time or two this season from Eckerd College. Giles making his 11th appearance for the River Bandits. He does have 2 starts. He's worked 19 and 2/3 innings, allowed 25 hits, 12 runs. 11 are earned. He's walked 8, struck out 23. He is 0-3. He does have a save, obviously not a save situation here, at least not yet. And he has an earned run average of 5.03. 5-run lead in the eighth. He can't go 3 innings, so this will not be a save situation for Giles. Nielsen goes 2 innings. He gives up 1 run. It's earned. He gives up 2 hits. He walked 2, struck out 2. He did have a balk, and he will not figure into the decision here this afternoon either. Peyton Ebbing will lead it off. Ebbing 0 for 2 of the sacrifice fly RBI. First pitch swinging out of play. 0-1. The 0-1 from Giles will miss downstairs. 1-1. the air. Lifted toward right center field, but should be easy for Andruski as he stumbles and gives way to Leinenbach. So Drew Leinenbach will make the catch on a kooky play in right center field. But the River Bandits avoid running into each other, and first out here in the inning for Christian Amora. Amora 1 for 3. Singled his last time up, was stranded at second base. The Royals running out of chances here. Down 9-4 with an out here in the 8th. Fouled out of play, 0-1. The 0-1 misses upstairs, 1-1. The River Bandits will take their show on the road tomorrow and see if they can put a dent in Percival's #1 seed hopes. Percival's in the playoffs, the 1-1. Misses downstairs, 2-1. Both Strasburg and Percival have clinched playoff spots. Speaking of which, we can check in on that game and see how the battle for first place is going. The 2-1 in there for a strike, 2-2 the count. Percival leads that game 5-4. They are on the bottom of the 6th inning. So Percival trying to put her clamps on the #1 seed, the 2-2. That'll miss outside, 3-2. Stanton and Culpepper, they're 2-2 in the top of the 3rd. Harrisonburg leads Waynesboro 1-0 in the bottom of the 1st. Front Royal Newmarket 2-2 in the top of the 3rd. Rip foul down the first base side. The count holds 3-2. Covington leads Charlottesville 3-1. They are in the bottom of the 2nd. And of course, it's 9-4 Woodstock here over Winchester. The River Bandits have out hit the Royals 14-4. The 3-2 line toward left, and that'll be a base hit. Amaro will pick up his second hit of the game. And the Royals need a one-out rally here in the 8th. Morgan Miller will step in. He's 0 for 3. He's lined to right and struck out twice. If the Royals were down a run or two, you might look at him for a sacrifice bunt, but down 5, you need his run too. And you wouldn't want to really sacrifice with one out anyway. First pitch to Miller. Popped it up. Wilson going to give it a look. He's over near the dugout, and he will make the catch in front of the Woodstock dugout. So Miller, first pitch swinging, pops it up into foul territory for out number 2. Now the Royals going to need a 2-out rally as Derslag will stand in. Derslag 0 for 2. He has walked twice. He has scored once for the Royals. Royals going to need a 2-out rally here to avoid having to do it all in the 9th inning. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Lafferty with 2 hits, Amaro with 2 hits. And that's pretty much been the offense for the Royals here this afternoon. The 1-0. That almost hit him. 2-0 as Derslag able to spin out of the way. And as much as it hurts, the Royals need base runners, so taking that in the rib cage probably, he would have enjoyed that later on this afternoon, but would have got the Royals a base runner here. The 2-0. Swung on and missed. He had a home run hack, came up empty. 2-1. Even with a 2-run home run from Derslag, it's just still 9-6. The Royals would like to get 2 or 3 more guys on base before somebody hits one over the fence. The 2-1. Bloop toward right field, and coming on is Leinenbach, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. It looked like off the bat that Durslag might dump one into right field for a base hit. But again, Drew Leinenbach makes the running sliding catch to retire the side. The Royals get a base hit, but they will leave him on base. No runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. The Royals have left 9 on base here this afternoon. They've had their chances, but we go to the 9th. Royals trail it 9-4. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Nick Bell back to the mound for the Royals, trying to keep it at a 5-run deficit so the Royals can try to put together a big boy 9th inning rally. They need to pull one off like Strasburg did 2 weeks ago against Front Royal. The Express went to the bottom of the ninth trailing 9-3 and immediately scored 8 straight. And that kind of sent the Front Royal Cardinals on their tailspin, as that was the second loss of what has become 10 in a row for the Cardinals. And right now the Cardinals in the game with Newmarket 2-2 in the third. Though, if you remember correctly, the Cardinals had a 4-0 lead over Woodstock last night before they lost 15-5. Logan Duffy will lead it off, the number 9 hitter. He is an RBI double. He's also walked twice and scored a run. He's also struck out 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 misses downstairs. Count evens up 1-1. Slider in there for a strike. 1-2. Bell jumps ahead in the count, trying to get the leadoff hitter off, or keep him off base here in the 9th. The 1-2, that'll miss outside. 2-2 the count. The 2-2. Line toward right center field. That's going to plug the alley. Over to cut it off is Horning. He'll get it back, but it'll be a leadoff single for Logan Duffy, his second hit of the game. The 5th River Bandit with at least 2 hits here this afternoon. Wilson and Joy have 3 each. The 7, 8, 9 hole hitters for Woodstock all have 2 hits and have driven in a combined 6 runs. They've also scored twice. Keeping the bottom of the order off base has been an issue for the Royals here this afternoon, and it has cost them 2 runs and 6 RBIs along with 6 hits. The 0-1 to Drew Leinenbach. Slider in there for a strike, 0-2. 15th hit of the game for the River Bandits. Throw to first back in time is Duffy. Bell comes set. He'll take a look at the runner at first, the 0-2. That's going to be ripped down the line for extra bases. Another 0-2 extra base hit giving up by Royals pitching. Leinenbach rifled it right down the line for a double. And That is at least the fourth time, if not the fifth time, the Royals have given up an 0-2, 1-2 hit today alone. And now Luke Keister will hit off of his school teammate Nick Bell and try to get the better of this bragging match and see if he can't drive in a couple more runs for the River Bandits. The Royals got to come in on the infield to try to cut the runner off at the plate. First pitch slider misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 lined into left field for a base hit. The River Bandits are going to score two more. Up with it is Durslag. He'll cut it off and fire it into second base. It'll be a two-run single for the River Bandits second baseman, and the River Bandits are pouring it on the Royals here in the ninth. It's now 11-4. That'll bring up Joey Pagano. Two more runs for the River Bandits here in the ninth. Pagano looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 5. He reached on an Aries last time, was thrown out trying to steal. Count 0-1 on the left fielder for the Woodstock River Bandits. That'll miss outside. Count evens 1-1. Pagano is one of two Bandits without a hit here this afternoon. Bell comes set, the 1-1. It's in there for a strike, 1-2. Every Royals pitcher to take the mound this afternoon has given up at least one run. They've all given up hits. And the Royals seeing this one slip away and now becoming huge Front Royal Cardinals fans. The 1-2 lifted towards center field. Durslag coming on. He's not going to be able to get to it. He'll play it on a hop. It'll be the fourth hit of the inning for the River Bandits, and Pagano now does have a hit. 6th, 17th, 18th hit. The scoreboard just keeps moving on me. 18th hit for the River Bandits here in a game that the Royals needed to win to help ensure a playoff spot. They've given up 11 runs and 18 hits. Ryan Wilson has 3 of those hits. He has scored 3 times. I'm still a shy run on the score sheet here. The 0-1 to Wilson swung on and missed. Nothing in 2. There it is. I found it. Nothing in 2, the count on Ryan Wilson as he tries to add to an 11-4 River Bandits lead. The 0-2 upstairs for a ball, 1-2. Bell came on last inning through one pitch, got Whitaker to ground out to end the inning. He has faced 4 guys here in this inning, and they've all gotten hits. 2 of them have already come in to score. The 1-2 will miss outside, 2-2. The River Bandits 4 hits in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the eighth, and already 4 here in the ninth. There's 14 of their 18 hits in those 4 innings. The 2-2 popped it up towards center field. Durslag should have plenty of room to make the catch. Keister will tag at second. He will bluff coming, and the throw will be cut off by Christensen. 2 outs, I'm sorry, just 1 out now as Wilson is the first out of the inning. Now the Royals hoping for a double play ball off the bat of Preston Joy. Joy has 3 hits, was thrown out trying to go to second his last time up. 3 hits, a run scored, and an RBI. That's popped up. Amaro should have a play. He'll take a look at the backstop. Now he'll throw away the mask and make the catch. Played perfectly by Christian Amaro. He took one look at the bat stop, figured out where he needed to be, got rid of the mask, and made the catch for the second out. And they'll bring up JT Anaraska, and I stand corrected as he doubled his last time up. Every one of the River Bandits has a hit here this afternoon. Anaraska doubled and scored his last time up. He has scored twice. First pitch off the plate, and it'll get away from Amaro. The runners will move up to second and third, and a base hit here blows this thing wide open. The Bandits already lead it by 7 with a couple runs here in the ninth. The 0-1 grounded towards short. Backhanded by Christensen. He'll throw on to first. In time to retire the side, but the River Bandits expend the lead. 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and the Bandits leave 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Royals trail it by a touchdown. If they score, they got to go for 2. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Again, not a save situation for Davian Giles, but he'll try to come on and close it out and put a wrench in the Royals' playoff hopes. They are still 2-2 in the top of the third over in front Royal. They are now in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the seventh, Strasburg has tied it up against Purcellville. They're 5-5 in the battle for first place. But the game the Royals care about right now is Front Royal and Newmarket. And let me hear you out there. Let's go Cards. Giles finishing up his warm-up tosses to throw down to second. 2-3-4 for the Royals here in the ninth, and they need a bunch. Bazidlo will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored twice. He was on base several times in the 9-hole last night and scored 3 times for the Royals, but now he and about 7 of his teammates need to get on base here in the ninth. The 1-0 tapped to the pitcher's mound. Up with it is Giles. He'll underhand toss to first for the out. So Bazidlo will tap right back to the mound for out number 1 here in the ninth. And I'll bring up Jalen Hernandez. Singled his last time up. He's driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch to Hernandez. In there for a strike. 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Ryan Wilson and Preston Joy by themselves have almost as many hits as the entire Royals team this afternoon. The 0-2. That's grounded toward first, backhanded. Up with it is Keister, and he'll throw on to first. Keister called off Wilson. Looked like Wilson was going to backhand it, but Wilson gave way to Keister, who fielded it and threw on to Giles covering. 4-1 on the putout for out number 2. And the Royals down to their last hope here for the 2024 home season. Lafferty has 2 of the 5 Royals hits. He's also driven in a run. 2 for 4 with an RBI and a stolen base. First pitch lifted toward left field, going back onto his Pagano. He'll settle just in front of the fence. in left field. He'll haul it in, and the Royals go quietly here in the ninth. 1, 2, 3, and out. And that clunk you just heard was the Royals' playoff hopes falling to the ground as they lose to the Woodstock River Bandits 11-4. For the Bandits, 11 runs on 18 hits. They commit an error. The Royals, 4 runs on 5 hits. They commit an error. The River Bandits improved to 16-21. And if the Royals lose to Purcellville and Newmarket lose twice to Front Royal, the River Bandits can move into a tie for that third and final playoff spot. And then we'll have to figure out what the playoff tiebreaker is. The Royals fall to 19-20. They got to 500 briefly there, but didn't stay there long. The losing pitcher, Nick Matfield, will drop to 1-1. The winning pitcher, Caden Falcone, will improve to 2-1. He goes 5 innings, allows 3 runs. They're all earned. 2 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Throws a wild pitch. He's 2-1 on the season for the River Bandits. Take your pick of offensive stars. Everybody in the lineup got at least 1 hit. Ryan Wilson, Preston Joy, 3 each. Luke Keister, Trevor Hansen, Brady Whitaker, Logan Duffy with 2 hits each. Keister and Whitaker drive in 3. Wilson scores 3. And the River Bandits win it by the final score of 11-4. For the Royals, Austin Lafferty, Christian Amaro, 2 hits each. And that was pretty much the offense. The Royals got 2 runs in the 5th inning to get close, but the River Bandits scored 2 in the 8th, 2 in the ninth to blow it open and win this one by the final score of 11-4. That'll do it for the Royals from Bridgeforth Field here this season. Barring a miraculous turn of events here in the last couple of games, the Royals will probably not make the playoffs, but again, go home and root for the Front Royal Cardinals and let the chips fall where they may. And that'll do it from Bridgeforth for tonight. Again, the Royals lose this one 11-4. The Royals on the road at Purcellville on Tuesday. Our friends in Purcellville will have the call for you there. The River Bandits tomorrow. First, we'll start off at Casey Field. I'm sorry, not Casey Field. They'll start off at Fireman's Field in Purcellville for the 5 o'clock game, and it's scheduled for a 7 o'clock game at Woodstock Central High School tomorrow night. I don't know how they're going to get from one location to another location with only 2 hours difference between the 2 games, but I guess they will figure that out tomorrow. But our friends in Purcellville and my buddy down in Woodstock, Craig Orendorf, will have the call for you River Bandits fans tomorrow night. Again, the Royals lose it 11-4. Their playoff hopes take a hit, and now we all become Front Royal Cardinals fans. Good night from Bridgeforth Field, and hope you had a great season, and we'll talk to you next year, barring a miracle. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them, and call your aunt and your uncle, tell them you love them as well. And we will talk to you next season from Bridgeforth Field. Good night, everybody.